Hello, hello, everyone, or no one, but everyone else. Patriot 5 and Patriot 6 here. Friday night finale. Let's have some fun and get her done. Hi, Janet. Gary, good to see you. It's great to be here tonight. Don't know what we're going to talk about. Ron and a lot of people have put together a lot of information for me to talk about tonight. Unfortunately, my phone is screwing up something majorly, and I'm having a hard time. There's Jeffrey and Papa G and Beth and Richard. So as everybody is coming on, I'm going to go ahead and play the music. Then I'm going to do the pledge and play the music. And I thought I was going to have a special treat for us tonight for the pledge. I got a video that it did the Pledge of Allegiance with John Wayne on a horse. And it was so beautiful, but he only does about half of the pledge. I really wanted to use it. I really did. But you're just going to have to listen to me. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Richard, Justin, and Sharon. Bill Woods is here. Ann is here. Myrna is here. I was just talking to Myrna. We had a great talk. Myrna, no. The question you asked me when you called, the answer is no. I haven't since Tuesday, somewhere around there. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, guys, let's do the pledge and the music. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea. From Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless this country. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Yes, God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American, or at least I know I'm free. And before I go into the kids segment, I think tonight, of all nights, of all the shows we've done, that song means so much more to me tonight. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. The people that give up their lives, the people such as ourselves here who became patriots to save the rights that we fought for so many years, for so much, everything that we've done. And then to top it off, my granddaughter, Patriot super gymnast, has entered a contest. The contest title is, "What does patriotism mean to you?" She come to me to ask me for help. I didn't know the pressure was on me. I didn't know that the best essay, that child can win $1,000. But see, my granddaughter, super gymnast, she believes that whenever she enters any contest, she has the capability to win everything. She knows all about patriotism because me and her Uncle Ron have been talking to her about patriotism for a long time. When others were doubting what we had to say, when Ron and myself were getting smarter and smarter, it really affected a lot of our family, friends, and loved ones, because they liked it better when Ralph and Ron were just beer drinkers at family events. They would tell funny stories from their past at family events. But when they got as smart as not just one, but both of the principals that are nieces and a niece and a nephew in our family, when they got as smart as them, when they knew more about the Constitution of the United States of America, more about what's going on in the world than they did, people didn't like it. And as I look here and I see Janet and Myrna and Richard, Jeffrey, Ian, Bill, Ann, Papa G, the Family Channel, all of you guys, you know what I'm talking about. The smarter we got in our family's eyes, the dumber we got, because we got them and we intimidated them. Because see, we did what the hat said he's gonna do. Make America great again. And you do it one person at a time. And this show is proof that we're making America great again. I listened to a video last night of a gentleman that was talking. It was Bruce. Marianne gave me an amazing play-by-play. But one thing with me and Marianne, when we listen to the Bruce call and she gives me play-by-play, we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of teasing. We send a lot of emojis. We just have a good time. It's our time to just, Calgon, take us away. You see what I mean? And we have a good time. But when I actually sat down and listened to Bruce tonight, Ron kept telling me, we're already in the 10 days of darkness. We are. But you know what happened? And Bruce explained it last night. You didn't see the riots. You didn't see the fights. You know why? Because the hat knew exactly what was going to happen, and he had protection at all the places that he was going to do. I'm not only proud to be an American, where I know I'm free, I'm proud to live in the state of Illinois. It's the only state I've ever lived in, and in my mind, it's the greatest state in the world. It's not the people's fault.
We're still going to Field of Dreams.
Pardon me?
We still need to go to Field of Dreams.
Yeah, well, we're still coming to Iowa so we can go to the Field of Dreams. But what I'm saying, if you listen to the hat a few days ago, he literally stood on stage and he says, or he was in a conference, because he was able to write and say things. And I remember he said, Illinois, probably has the worst governor in the whole United States.
We get that.
I said, heads up, Mr. President. They got the worst governor in the history of the United States. And the only thing I can say about that is hallelujah, because we already know. You know, there was a man called Joe. And this man had a tendency to call himself the acting president. The acting, not the active, the acting. And we all knew why, because sometimes the line from the mask didn't line up. Well, we now have an acting one that's called the worst. And it's amazing. I mean, I can see how you can get someone like Sleepy to imitate him. But to imitate a guy that's the size of a rhinoceros, and then I have nothing against sizing people. It's just that man appalls me. This is a man that when he was running for the governor of the state of Illinois, when he was running for that, he literally went and in his mansion, he tore out every bathroom, 8 bathrooms out of his mansion. He tore them out to make it look like his house was under construction so he didn't have to pay taxes on it that year. What kind of idiot does something like that? Oh, I know. You know too. Tuesday night was the biggest night, I feel, in the history of the United States of America since I've been on this earth. I was just talking to Myrna and I said, I left Ron's house about 10:30. And I really wanted to stay long enough so I could drink a beer with Ron. But see, they really didn't announce it until about 1:30 or 2. I went to bed at 5 o'clock that morning. Got up the next morning at 7 because I had to do something. And I don't advise people to drink 10 beers at night and try to get 2 hours sleep and make it a whole day. I did. I made it. Cindy's not. Okay, Cindy. I'll give you a call when I get home later on. But it was an amazing night. Unbelievable night. Candace Owen and Charlie Kirk, I have to give you guys a big shout out. I believe you're 2 of the people that helped this man get elected. You mean as much to that campaign as anybody out there. You know, and I'm telling you, in 4 years, if Candace Owen was on the ticket for running for the presidency, she's got my vote. If Charlie Kirk is on it, he's got my vote. But we all know Junior's going to be the man that's going to be doing this. And I want to speak a little bit about Junior because I'm going to go back again to my granddaughter, super gymnast. And I was telling her some of the people that we've heard, and you know what, we've heard about these, right? Well, here's the situation. I started talking to her about some. And I just happened to mention a name about one, and I just give her initials. One is initial is J, and the other one is K, and might be a F in the middle. And she goes, no, there's no way. Papa, there's no way. And I said, yeah, there he is. She said, how? I sat and explained to her, and she goes, Papa, just for you, that would be so great, because she knows of what the feelings I had for this president. See, on Wednesday night show, I'm sorry, lady gave me a toothbrush for Halloween. She's a dental hygienist. And I was sitting here playing with my toothbrush. Anyway, I was telling my granddaughter there's going to be many, many, many people it's going to shock you. Some's going to be shocking you for the good and some for the bad. Now, my granddaughter is a huge, huge Taylor Swift fan. I don't know if you guys have seen the video out where, remember the guy kid that used to play Chachi on Happy Days? You guys remember Chachi? He's got a video out on TikTok. And he sits there and he just reads all of these names of all these people. And he said, please, come on. You promised that you was going to leave. If he won, go. Please get out. I haven't heard of one of them that's left yet. But isn't that what we've got for the last 4 years from that party? From them people? Isn't all we've got is broken promises? The people that's on that.
I don't know. I was born to middle class.
You know, I guess what Ron's saying is we might know more, but me and Ron, we were born middle class brothers. We only had one mother, though. She didn't work. My dad wouldn't allow it. Did you see what the idiot did? She was going like door dashing, but it's to ring the doorbell to ask the person to vote for her on that day. And some people seen her walking up their sidewalk, so they went out and met her on the porch. She didn't know what to do. She didn't have her teleprompter. What do you do? So she literally asked the people, could you please go back in so I can ring your doorbell and you can come to the door? Not one county in the whole United States of America did she outdo Sleepy. Not one. From what he did 4 years ago, not one county did she do better in the whole United States. But see, that's understandable because Elon made sure there was no cheating this time. And now they're trying to accuse the good people, us. There's a governor that's going to count every vote to make sure there wasn't cheating for the hat. They're going to count every vote. Where was this same governor 4 years ago when there was proof that there was cheating and they refused to count? Where do you think this governor is right now? I'm thinking GITMO. I'm thinking. But let's go talk to the kids. Super Jimmy, I know you're still sad, and we all are. But I'm really hoping that this victory cheered you up. I know you've been posting a lot of really good things. Sometimes when you post something, Jimmy, I have to tell myself, this kid is only 11 years old. But see, Jimmy, it's people, it's children like you, like my granddaughter, Super Gymnast, like others that's in our group. Our little princess, Haley. Like the boys that's in our group, Hunter, Karate Kid, Wyatt Earp. Like Boogs, Boogaloo and Boogaloo and Boogers or whatever. There's so many B's, and I should just call them the 5 B's. PATRIOTS5, who literally was up at 5 o'clock Wednesday morning. And when he found out who won, he let out a shout. He said, I got to call my papa. And Amber says, I wouldn't let him because I knew you'd be in bed sleeping. I said, Amber, at 5 o'clock, I was just going to bed. You knew what I would be. The little monkey. who got a kick out of today when I showed her I'm wearing my TRUMP 2024 socks, my hat, my shirt. I'm proud to be an American. Little Leona, little Ilana, two little kids that all they know is they're growing. They're starting to walk. They're walking now. I'm sure they're talking now. I know tonight I was getting ready to come down here and I had got a call from Myrna, so I wanted to come down to Ron's and call Myrna and see what she needed. Hey, John, Jeffrey. Yes, it is getting very crowded if you're talking to the MO one. But boy, you know, guys, I got a little sick last night. It's kind of that sickness that you kind of get a pain in your butt when you get. It didn't even bother me. I watched every day in Clifton, Illinois. Every day since he was declared the winner, gas has went down 1 penny every day. Well, you know what they're doing? There's still 80 days of their tenure left. So they figure if they drop it a penny a day, they'll say, well, look what we did. Why wasn't you doing this for almost 4 years? Why are you waiting until now? You know why? The same reason that man in that one country that's going out and trying to take over that other country that starts with a U and has a crane in it. The same reason that man has called that president of that other country 3 times and said, we seriously need to sit down and come to negotiations to end this. The girl that I write in the Ukraine, I told her about this, and I even sent her a copy of when he printed it out and posted it. I literally sent her the letter I got back from her the next day. She said she cried for 10 minutes. The people in the place where she was writing me literally come over and consoled her. And when they said, what are you crying about? She let them read that. And she said that all 5 of the people that was there literally cried for 10 minutes. Joys of tears. Tears of joys. I mean, tears of knowing that once again, in the summer, they're going to be able to go to the beach. In the summer, in the winter, they're going to be able to walk. They're going to be able to go do Christmas shopping. They're going to be able to do things and not fear of soldiers interrupting or doing things to them, because some of them soldiers have done ungodly things to these people over there. So for anybody who thinks, oh, this is just a show, it was not a show. This was real. I know someone over there that's seen it firsthand. She has fortunately been able to avoid it, along with her mother and her best friend and her best friend's 2 kids. They have to live 3 families together just so they can make a living. But see, if this happens, then maybe they'll go back to the way it used to be, where a woman is treated like a man over there. And if a woman has a good job, they get paid for the good job, and not let the man go sit in a tavern and drink all day and get paid more for sitting and drinking than they do for working. Why is it that there's from what I've seen in a picture, there's a guy in China who's pretty much in charge, and there's a guy in Russia who's in charge, who's going to be at Mar-a-Lago this weekend. Who is he going there to meet? You think he's going there to meet the people that raided that place? I don't think so. But here's the bottom line, guys. I want to talk to the kids one last thing. I'm pretty sure I covered everybody. If I missed somebody, I did. I missed Patriot11, and I apologize for that. We need you back, buddy. We need Grandma and Grandpa back. But I do want to talk to the fact that we need to just end it. We played ball long enough. You know, game goes into extra innings and it ends Game goes into overtime and it ends. Basketball goes into overtime and it ends. There's always a winner, and we're the winner. So it's time we be winners. It's time that this court tells them Brunson boys or Brunson brothers, they're right. They win. It's time that we send these people a packing. We send them booking out. They're gone. It's time the military steps in. And the next time we have an election within 120 days, it's time that, yes, we know who the president is. He has been. He's been in charge. We all know that. But more people are starting to open their eyes. And I was talking to my daughter tonight. And you know what my daughter says to me? She said, Dad, I know what you say you're going to get with a revaluation. She knows ballpark. I don't tell anybody everything I have. She said, but I don't care about that. Ron tried to make a joke over there and say not even him, but he does know everything we have. Trust me. But she said, if you just pay my student loans off, because she looked at me and she said, the guy who is leaving office, I believed in him for a while until I started talking to you and you started showing me proof. But she said, I believed in him. But the one of the things that he promised, that he would wipe away all student loans. I said, no, that's the hat that's going to do that. She said, he did some things. I said, not really. Not really. And she goes, all I cared, he had my vote this time, or they had my vote this time. All they had to do was wipe away my student loans, pay off my house. You tell me the hat is going to do that. Well, who do you think I voted for? I said, I know who you voted for. You told me. So did Grandma Bo's grandson, I think. I know Grandma Bo did. I think I turned most of Clifton. You know, it's amazing. You walk up with a little bit of red, white, and blue on, and people said, wow, that's the kind of patriot I want to be. I said, then dress like it. They say you dress like success. I dress like a patriot because the patriots are the successful ones. Right, David Duffy? Our General Lee? I love that. I think we should name David Duffy Patriot General Lee. Our Patriot General Duffy. I'm telling you, I love looking at that man's picture. I didn't care for school, but I loved the history. I love studying the Civil War, even though it was a terrible thing. But I did. It was something that caught my attention. It could keep my attention because in school there was not many subjects. Math could keep my attention. Typing could keep my attention because when I was in typing class, I was one of only two guys in there, and the rest of them were the young girls my age. That, you know, back in my era, you girls back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, you remember what you wore to school? Little mini skirts. Ain't nothing a woman looks better in than a nice little mini skirt. And I'm not saying it disrespectful. I respect women. If you don't believe me, just ask me. I'll tell you. I wanted to get one of those MAGA hats. John, I tried to get one from Charlie Kirk, but he didn't give me one. I'm going to send him a message. I'm going to get one. You know, maybe we should have our own MAGA hats made up. You know, make America great again. We could also get a hat made up MAWA. Make world, or MA, what would it be for make world great again? MWGA? Myrna, you're good with words. How would you pronounce MWGA? But I think he's going to do it because he's going to do it with our help. So let's go into some intel. I'm going to read Bruce here if I can get it to open up for me. The reading part, I should have no trouble, but I've been having a lot of trouble with my phone today, guys. But Bruce did announce that we are in the 10 days of darkness, and after the 10 days of darkness, we will go. Sounds like what, 3 days for the movies, Ronnie?
Yeah.
We'll go to 3 days of the movies, but see, the reason we're not noticing the 10 days of darkness is because we won. But not only did we win in the polls, and before I go into that, I want to talk about the polls. What Elon Musk did to assure a clean and accurate. The man is just a genius. And has he done some things bad in his life? We all have. But boy, I tell you, did you notice how the hat just shot up as soon as Elon joined him? I heard he bought Fox News. Did anybody hear that? Anybody on here? If you give me a thumbs up if you heard it. I don't remember where I read it. It was on one of the Telegram pages. I swear I read that Musk, you know what? I chat with him on Telegram. I'll ask him later on. Not Telegram. I chat with him on. Oh, yeah, he won 2020, Janet. Okay, Betty seen it. Okay, it was CNN. Okay, Papa G said it was CNN. Okay. I couldn't remember which one it was because I thought we already owned CNN. But no, we don't, because, man, I tell you, when I turned on to watch the results, Ron turned on here at the house to watch the results, and he turned CNN on. Oh my God, they were such partial for Harry Balls. Did you ever see that sign? Did you guys ever see that sign out there? Don't vote for Harry Balls. Think about it. It'll come to you guys. Okay. CNN is for sale, and Elon bought Fox 25 million. Okay. Well, see, Fox is one of the big ones. CNN's one of the big ones. So don't be surprised if you hear he buys CNN too, because they're going to shut these people down, guys. They're going to. We actually might get to go back to the 10 o'clock news at night. And as I've told you many times, I remember, what the heck is on? Oh, flies onto my screen. As I told you, I remember used to begging my mom and dad so I could stay up till 10 o'clock to watch the 10 o'clock. I didn't want to watch John Drury and all of them people like that. I didn't want to watch, the little dude that did the weather. I wanted to stay up long enough to watch the sports news. That's all I cared about.
You didn't like Harry Volkman?
Oh, I liked Harry Volkman, but it wasn't who I stayed up for. I wanted to see the sports, because that's all I cared about back then. Didn't care about girls, just sports. But Bruce is discussing, and he's telling that everything, and Bruce is also stating, let me see if I can just bring Bruce up here. If I can get him on here, we'll just read what he's got to say. Do 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 do. Here's something that's pretty cool, guys. You can't read it. I'll read it for you. It's a tombstone. Mainstream media. Born 1900s. Died 2024. Lied and cheated till the end.
Go to your Signal account.
For what?
That's where you'll find the reading part of Bruce.
I thought you had it here.
Nope.
My Signal.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta go some.
No, on wait a minute, on Telegram.
I gotta look for it.
Yeah. I couldn't get it over there any other way.
Here's a thing saying that breaking news shows that internal messages obtained show a FEMA official instructed relief workers in the state of where he lives not to assist homes displaying a hat signs. Here's a picture of Putin, the hat, and what is it, Chew or Chun, whatever. The hat wins.
Hero.
What? Okay, Bruce. Bruce would say the good news is we are getting information on Tuesday and Wednesday that they're in position to receive, and Monday is a bank holiday. I think I got to go up further. Intel only. I'm sorry. He had where Ron gave me the phone to read. He was down a little bit too far. Intel only. Where we are now, we are in a very good place. Bruce didn't believe we'd have to wait for President the Hat, but here he is now as our president. And of course, he's been CIC and acting as president. Now he'll be taking on doing everything. One thing I do need to talk about. It was chatter about a text post. If you are a Zim holder with or without projects, they're saying you will be capped at a certain point. And that is absolutely not true. So all of this stuff going out there about, well, you're only going to, if you're a Zim holder and you don't have, you're only going to get this much. If you're a Zim holder, Bruce goes on to say, do not believe everything you read. This was a major mistake and not true. And people who do that should know better. Bruce would say the good news is we are getting information on Tuesday and Wednesday that we are in position to receive. And Monday is a bank holiday. And so we are looking at Veterans Day as the start for us. And we are looking for everything to be released in all those tiers and R&Rs, etc. As that affects everybody, and for us, the R&R is a bonus and is going to be substantial. And the monies for this started to be released last night with a completion by 6:45 tomorrow night. Now, there have been a few minor corrections, but only over the weekend, and we are being told notifications over the weekend and the exchanges to start Tuesday, the 12th. So a few days away, and things are still happening behind the scenes to get these emails out and the bank's contacts and seeing rates on the front screens for 17 currencies. And they are locked for now. Some of the screens have been up and down, but Sunday, Iraq will produce another new rate, which would show up Sunday. And, that's pretty much it. Be right back. Give Ronnie his phone. Bruce also went on to say some things such as there's going to be a lot of people coming out, guys. There's going to be a lot of people coming out, and they're going to be saying things that, maybe 35 cents a gallon, maybe cheaper. I was talking to Myrna, John, a little bit ago, and I said, even if they get to do their last 80 some days, even if they drop it a penny a day, like they have been, it has dropped over in Clifton, Illinois, a penny a day ever since he was pronounced the winner. even if they was to do that to make themselves look good, it still would be more expensive than it was when the hat left office. $259.9. That's good. Not yet. I'm sorry. I apologize. I said that's good. 259.9. I have a hard time saying, even when it's 99 cents a gallon, I still have a hard time. Guys, when I got my first car, when I filled my car up for the first time, it was 16.9 cents a gallon. So I trumped your 35 cents, John. Didn't mean to do that, but sometimes things just happen.
Plus, they put it in the.
Yeah. That's what I tried explaining to my granddaughter. Back when we used to pay that price, someone would come out of the building, fill your tank up, check your oil, wash your windows, and not put their hand out for a tip. I mean, one thing I really hope and pray that we implement is teaching people how to make change. I really do. I'm telling you, I go into stores and there is the dumbest people in the world. They have no clue. If they tell you the bill is $13.21, you do not want to give them a $20 bill and say, you know what, I don't want change back. I don't want 79 cents back. Here's a quarter. They don't know how to do it. Some do, but I mean, the majority of them, they don't know how to do it. I actually have to admit, I look forward going to a store and checking myself out. I really do, because I know that when I check myself out, it's going to get checked out right, and then I can pay my bill and I can get out of there. I'm telling you, there's people, they just, Today, the little monkey wanted to come over to Uncle Ron's for lunch. This is why she wanted to come over to Uncle Ron's, because Uncle Ron always gives her a $5 bill. I had to put that in my pocket so I could share that with you guys. She has her $5 bill. She wanted to get Uncle Ron lunch, so Uncle Ron gives me the money to go out. Went to Wendy's. I get the meal. I meant to tell him I wanted a large drink to go along with my meal, and he wanted a large drink also. And when I get the large drink for him, they end up charging me extra. Now, someone might look and say, well, a large drink is more than a regular drink. No, because right now at Wendy's, all drinks are all the same price. They're $1 at Wendy's right now. And I said that to the lady. And I'm telling you, the look she gave me, the look that she just stood there like this. For even longer than I just did that. She gave me that look. She was dumbfounded. I said, you know what, right, ma'am? You're right. You're right. At that point, I didn't care about the money. I just wanted to get out of there. I can't believe the stupidity of people. And I'm not usually one that says anything about stupidity. But we need to have training. We don't need to just hire someone just to hire them. That, oh, well, you have to hire them. And speaking of hiring, we talked about the people who said that if a certain person was elected, they was leaving. Well, I haven't seen any of them leave yet. But are we going to send the illegals back now before these 80-some days end? Are we going to make the hat do it when he takes over? No matter how many they brought on, no matter how many they brought to the table, no matter how many they illegally did what they did, they couldn't bring enough to defeat a machine. Because, people like us, One Voice for You and David and Myrna and John and Sharon, Bill, Janet, people like us, myself and Ron, we got out and we talked to the people, and the people reacted and they went out in droves. It's the greatest year ever in the history of voting for people turning out to vote ever. And they voted for the red, white, and blue, not just the blue. There's the trouble. We are Americans. We believe in our colors. Where them other people, they only believe in the rats and the color blue. They're going to get what they deserve. And I've never been a person that's believed in certain type of punishment until I become a patriot and seen what they did to children. And as I had this talk with Myrna tonight about kids of these people, and she made me see something tonight that I had never seen before. I never thought about it. I just thought the person that she talked to me about was a total creep. I just thought that. But you see the stupidity in people, because I don't know if you guys seen or watched. I did. I was with Charlie Kirk the whole night till they kicked us off. This channel actually kicked 120,000 people off watching Charlie Kirk as he was doing live from TikTok. He got up. He said, I'm going to go find out what's going on and get these people back. He took about 4 steps and all of a sudden they kicked him off of TikTok. Took about 5 minutes for him to get back. Guys, it's just amazing. Amazing how stupid some of these people can be. I mean, and I'm saying this, but it is what it is. We're not perfect, but we're good. We love life. We love God. We follow our hearts and we work hard. Evil will always come for us. This is the way of the world. So why not go after evil before it even thinks about coming after us? Time to go on offense. No more waiting. I like that. But I think the show might be about over, guys, because all I got left is Judy in the reading part. And I told you, my phone is not allowing me to do anything. I can't get it open.
Just like me. I can't either.
So I don't really have any more. I wish I did. I could stand here and tell jokes. Hey, Janet, Washington, D.C. Oh, I do have a story to tell. As I told you, I was over at my daughter's house babysitting a little monkey, and she got home early. And when she got home, we were in the kitchen, and all of a sudden she looked out her kitchen window, and I was standing by the kitchen door. And she said, Dad, look up in the sky. Look up in the sky. That jet airplane looks like it's falling out of the sky. And I looked, and there was a jet going over Clifton. And you could see it was coming down. And it was coming down. But you know what jets do? Whenever jets fly, they leave that puff of smoke. It's almost like a cloud. And they leave a big line, right? And boy, this jet was leaving a huge, big line of this smoke coming down. We walked away, me and her, for a little bit. We weren't away 2 minutes. And she looked out and she said, let me see if I can see that jet still. And she looked out, and there was not one thing in the sky at all. It was as pure blue as you've ever seen a sky in your life. And she looked at me and said, Dad, look outside. I said, what? She says, there's nothing there. This is weird. There is weird things happening. We got talking about the special beds, me and her. And this is just a story. This is something I believe you guys will like. And she looked at me and she said, Dad, my doctor is leaving me. I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, ever since I moved to Clifton, which has been, I don't know, 20 years ago, almost 20 years, she moved to Clifton from Buckingham. She left me standing in a puddle of water in my dining room about that deep, trying to get the water out. I had a water major break, and man, I was flooded. And instead of helping me, she said, I'm going to go spend the night with David. What was I supposed to say? I hope I don't drown. But anyway, we're talking and that, and I totally lost train of thought. Shouldn't have added on to the story. I have a tendency to do that. Oh, she tells me she lost her doctor. And she said, what's funny, he's been my doctor for 18 to 20 years. But I've never seen him. I don't even know what he looks like. I've never seen him. Every time I go there, I go to one of his assistants. And I said, it's sad, isn't it? He's your doctor. He's the one getting all the money from every time you've ever went to the doctor. But you've never seen him. And she said, yeah, it's kind of sad, isn't it? I said, it's definitely kind of sad. But that's how it is. But I said, you know why she tells me, she says, see, in Kankakee, where our hospitals are that we go to, there's a hospital, Riverside, which I'm sure a lot of you know, but Riverside is worldwide. It's huge. Riverside, Provena. And then there's a hospital, St. Mary's. That's a hospital that me, myself, Ron, my sister, and my brother Russ were born at. My kids were all born at Riverside. But supposedly Riverside is a Catholic hospital. They have the nuns in it. That's why I don't like the football team, Notre Dame Irish, because when I had when I had pneumonia at 10 years old, Ron and Russ gave me a radio to listen to the Illinois football game on Saturday. And I'm trying to listen to it as I'm laying in my bed. And the nuns come in and stole my radio and took it out to their station to listen to Notre Dame. And I've never liked Notre Dame since. But anyway, they're saying they're selling it. And I said, well, are they selling it or are they just transferring everything over? And you guys know what I mean, because then I told them how the hat is saying, and people are saying that there's floors in hospitals all over, not just in the big areas, but in rural areas. There's buildings in rural areas that is being turned in to these centers. My granddaughter looked at me and said, are you kidding? And she said, Ella looked at me and she says, Papa, can you tell me exactly what these are? So I shared some videos with her. She goes, oh my goodness, we're never going to be sick again, are we? Nope. But before I go tonight, I do want to thank some people. David Rodriguez, who was responsible for me getting started. I do not like the path David ended up taking, where he's made millions of dollars off of people who didn't have money to pay. But I'm not going to say nothing to him about it. He's a ex-professional boxer, and I don't feel like getting my head knocked off my shoulder. But I do thank him and Juan O'Savin for challenging people. And I accepted the challenge and started Patriot5 and turned it into Patriot5 and Patriot6. And now we've even went a step further and turned it into Patriot5, Patriot6, and family. I'd like to thank Charlie Ward for showing me some things that, once again, I don't like what Charlie has done, but it has. Following Bruce has been very good. And I'm saying this, guys, because I don't know what's going to happen next week. This could be our last regular show that we do. Mark Z, I like him back. Mr. C, thank you for everything you've done for us. And there's others I could thank, but, you know, some of them I don't think they deserve my thanks anymore. But most of all, guys, I want to thank God. And I want to thank you guys for being our family. We're going to be together a long, long time. You know, some people say I lost family members. I say I gained family members. You know, when I look at what Myrna and Diane did when in February they drove from Iowa to Kankakee, Illinois, and I had supper with them on Friday night, and then on Saturday they went to my party. And it was funny because Myrna kept saying, I can't drink because I got to drive. I can't drink because I got to drive. And I said, well, I got to drive. Diane says, I can't drink because I can't drink. I don't like to drink. And as God is my witness, guys, Myrna, you'll contest to this. We literally seen Diane walking around with 2 drinks at a time for quite a while here. We had a great time, but it was just meeting the people. You know, me and Mike are going to join up and meet here real soon. I just got to clear up some things and do some things. You know, we're going to all meet when this is all over. As I said, I can't promise you what Monday night might bring. I did do another show the other day, a recorded show, and put it on TikTok. I kind of cut so I can say what I want to say there. I can use names there. Had a lot of fun with it. So just thanks, everyone. And most importantly, thank to God for bringing us all together. And our prayers are always that he looks after all of us, takes care of all of us, and keeps us safe, happy, and an easy transition into the new world. With that, I say amen and amen. And I do want to thank Bruce for showing us how to end a prayer with amen and amen. Good night, everyone. We love you all.